Building credit from absolute zero can feel like an uphill battle, but here's the thing, it's possible, and I'm going to show you how in the next few minutes. Stick with me until the end, because there's one key mistake most people make that I'm going to reveal, and if you miss it, you could waste months or even years building credit the wrong way. Now, before I dive into it, let's make one thing clear. I've spent years studying credit building strategies, analyzing how different methods affect your score, and experimenting with what works. I've also worked with individuals and companies that were starting from scratch, just like you might be right now. So trust me, I've seen it all. The first thing you need to understand is that building credit doesn't happen overnight. But if you approach it the right way, you can start building a solid foundation in a matter of months, not years. So, let's break it down. First, if you're starting from zero, the number one thing you need is a credit product. This could be a secured credit card, a credit builder loan, or if you're lucky, getting approved for a regular, unsecured credit card. But here's the catch. Don't just sign up for any card you see. Look for a secured card with no annual fees and low interest rates. This is key because if you're trying to build credit, you don't want to spend money on fees that could add up quickly. I've worked with clients who made this mistake, and it set them back months. After you've got your credit product, you need to make sure you're using it. Sounds obvious, right? But here's where most people mess up. Don't just get a card and let it sit in your wallet. You need to actively use it, even for small purchases. The best way to do this is to charge items you already buy every month, things like groceries or gas, and pay them off in full each month. The idea here is to build a positive payment history. This is one of the most important factors that will affect your score. But, and this is crucial, don't max out your credit card. Ideally, you want to keep your credit utilization ratio under 30%. This means if you have a $500 limit, you should aim to keep your balance below $150. If you exceed this, it could hurt your credit score because it signals to creditors that you might be financially irresponsible. I've had clients who thought it was fine to carry a balance, only to see their score drop, even after months of positive payments. So, keep it low. Now, the next step is one many people overlook: making sure your payments are on time. Missing a payment by even a day can have a negative impact on your credit score. It's a huge factor in your score, and it can stay on your report for up to 7 years. What I've found is that the most successful credit builders I've worked with all had one thing in common. They made sure their payments were never late, even once. Another thing you need to be aware of is your credit report. Check it regularly. You're entitled to one free credit report per year from each of the 3 major credit bureaus: Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. Use this to monitor your progress and make sure there are no errors. It's a simple step, but I can't stress enough how many people skip this. Over the years, I've helped clients clean up their reports, and those little errors were often holding their scores down, sometimes by hundreds of points. So far, we've covered the basics: getting the right credit product, using it responsibly, paying on time, and checking your credit report. But here's where most people go wrong. They think that building credit ends there. This is a key mistake. If you're serious about building a strong credit score, the next step is adding positive accounts. Over time, this could mean opening an additional card, getting a credit builder loan, or even becoming an authorized user on someone else's account. These moves help build your credit profile and show creditors that you're capable of handling more credit responsibly. Now here's something that could help you out as well: credit monitoring tools. These tools aren't just about watching your credit score. They can provide valuable insights about your credit report, and some even offer alerts when your score changes. This way, you can see how certain actions, like paying down debt or applying for new credit, affect your score. It's like having a roadmap for your credit building journey. Now remember, I said there was a huge mistake that most people make when building credit? Well, it's the idea that you need to carry a balance to build credit. That's not true. It's one of the biggest myths out there. I can't tell you how many times I've seen people think they need to keep a balance on their cards to build credit. All it does is rack up interest. If you pay in full every month and keep your utilization low, you'll still build credit. No balance required. In conclusion, building credit from absolute zero is possible, but you've got to be strategic. Use the right products, stay consistent, check your credit report, and add positive accounts over time. Stick to the plan and your credit will grow. If you got value from this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you can stay updated with more valuable tips on how to build a better financial future.